Hey guys, how's it going? I'm on a bit of a pick. This is actually our third day here. We've been doing about once a week, and we have brought, I don't know, 20 machines out of here so far, something like that. And some of the bigger ones we've been waiting on, and this is one of them. This is a huge bandsaw. What year was it? 58? 1958, I think she looked up.
This was Jen's father's, Ron's machine. He inherited it from his father.
No kidding.
They were, Ron grew up in Connecticut, and we know that this was something that was from a local company in Connecticut. 50s or something.
Yeah, I think the date on it is 59. It's got an 11-foot blade on it. So we are like 3 rooms out from the driveway that we have to get it out of here. And unfortunately, it is too tall to get it out the doorway the way it is. So we have to try to be able to lay it on its side and get it on some dollies, wiggle it out there. We got a hand truck with us and, you know, winch it on the trailer and all, but we need to see about breaking it down a little bit and getting a little bit smaller to get it out of here. So that's what today's video is going to be. I figure I'd take you guys along for a ride and see how we make out. So I'm thinking our best bet is we're going to try taking this table off, take the belt off, and then it has a welder on the back side of it for making your own blades. See about getting that out of our way too, and try to slim the thing down a little bit. I know it's dark, but actually the blade is 13 foot 4 inches long. There you go. Yeah. So we'll take that blade off of there. It might make us a little safer too. Start doing a little bit of whittling. One way should be getting tighter, one way should be getting looser. There you go, it's coming down now. That should be good. It's got a Allen head in the end of the table. We got to get out. I doubt very much it's going to be metric. So. That ought to save a finger or two.
Pole.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good for adjusting. Yeah, Brian, I think you go ahead and try to get these 4 out.
Sure.
They look like they're 1/2 inch, but if you can get in there with that adjustable, that'd be good.
I don't think I have a 1/2 inch, so it's going to have to be the
The
standard side of the adjustable. But unlike working on cars, none of it's rusty.
Leave this one,
Yeah.
and then delete these 2 hard ones first, so that the tilt stays off of us.
Yes.
You know, the other place you could break it is right here if we have to, but. See, get the welder off. I brought the muscle. I take the heavy stuff. Yeah. That slab's probably about 100 pounds. No, it's actually kind of hollow underneath. It's only be about 40.
Okay.
You free?
Yep.
I got it. 45.3. It's looking a little skinnier. We're just trying to clear this side of it so that when we lay it down, it's got a hook on it already too. So when we lay it down, it doesn't smash anything. Thought about taking the box off, but I think the hook will clear the box. And it's got a lower one that I'm not even sure what's inside that. Do my best to get myself dizzy. Nothing now.
Yeah.
We will never know.
That was the Lambo. That's my contribution. Good. So our goal is there's an eye bolt here, and we want to try to get that so we can kind of lay it down from that hook. Actually, instead we probably just come right here, maybe. Also clear this stuff. When it turns, leans, This stuff's kind of squishy anyway. Let's see if we can put it, spin it around and put it maybe right there. Okay. That should be good. Let's see if we get that. As long as it clears that vent.
Yeah, I think it will. Wow.
Let's get set up with it coming on. So here's the plan. We've got a tire, a come along with no hooks on it, wrapped to the other side of it. We're going to try to get it up in the air enough to get the jack underneath it. Use the jack to get it partly going, and then once we get past the center of gravity, we're hopefully going to unleash the come along and set it gently to the floor. If all goes awry, we have a tire to land on, and I have sheet metal beating hammers at home to fix whatever damage we got to do. Let's get rid of that. You going with the jack and everything?
Yeah.
Don't worry so much about it. Okay. As long as it doesn't go sideways. We didn't think about that direction. Let me try catching it. Three more turns on it. The bullet foot's going to find another foot. At some point, I have a feeling it's going to slide on us.
It wants to flow up right now.
It's going to come this way, just so you're aware.
Yeah.
Once it frees out of that concrete there. Yeah. It's a lot easier to stand it up than it is to lay it down. I'll tell you that. That's about all we're going to get. We'll take it.
Are those workbenches useful? Maybe those crap-
I am going to walk it this way. I'm going to take the load off and I'll let you get out of there. Fine, it's going to come this way as I go to puff it out of the ground. Just make
If you
sure.
want it to come this way.
Like that. We got it.
That tire is a workhorse.
Yeah, worked out well. I say we just tie a chain to it, to the truck, and just take off. So you're gonna have to push on, no, push on the dolly with your foot. You know what? Hold on. What if we grab with the hand truck?
With the
Steer it. Because we're not gonna be able to make this swing. There's just no way. The dollies just don't want to play.
We have this why it's on the door.
You know what? When we take a ratchet strap, go right around it. We'll ratchet strap dolly to it. Plan. We got a plan. I like that. Yeah, it's the name's Ivy. We're gonna go with that.
Yeah.
Gotta steer away from that wall. Need that board again. Oh, you got it. Come on. Kind of like a drunken sailor the way. So we get it on the pallet jack, and then we may have to roll it on its side for this next endeavor. Get it on there. So the next trick is it's very tippy, and we want to get it on the pallet jack, the yellow pallet jack, where that ended up. I think it's behind me. There. So we're going to want to go lay it gently down on its side with that underneath it. So I think we're going to get it off of the wheels, put the two tires on it, kind of flop it on its side, then jack it back up where we can get the pallet jack under it. That's the plan. All right, we're going for sketchy. Easy. Wow. Smooth. All the way up.
Max.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
We'll probably leave it right in the middle. Okay. Just want to let it down some a little bit. You can't go too low, so you need to get the hook out, right?
True. Because we should be able to push the other one up on here.
I don't know if we're going to take that today or not.
Okay.
I'll let that one down right there. Nice. Woohoo! And we got her all tied down and loaded up. And we picked the free pile a little bit too. All the stuff that's in those white bins in there is a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So that'll need some going through. But I'll find use for most of this stuff. Scrap metal. And then the bandsaw. We still have to get the bandsaw off the other end. I want to thank both of you guys, all three of you guys, ladies.
Must be one.
And we still have one or two more trips to do, but that should be it for this one.
They look good in there. They look great in there.
You're like a midget.
Yeah.
It's you, man.
It's rear engine. It's good enough for me.
Mid-engine.
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 It's good enough. It's behind me. That's all
It's
I need. It's like an elephant. The trunk's in the front. Perfect.
You gonna try and get out?
I think it does doors thing type things.
Ooh. Yeah, you gotta make the sound effect too when you. Don't do it. Don't scratch it.
Leave it.
So we're still undecided about the Lamborghini Countach kit car.
Who wants it?
See how that goes on the back of the trailer. And this is the man that formerly owned all this stuff, and he passed. But he was building that car and a couple of Formula V's. I think they're called Formula V's. And this is you
Yeah.
a year or two ago?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sweet. Items may have shifted a little in your flight. Be careful when opening the overhead compartment. Not too bad. It was cabled in pretty good, but it did slide off the blocks. Not sure if this is going to be correct or not, but there is a hole cut into the top of that, and it's all 1/4-inch plate. It's pretty beefy. So there's a bar about that long inside there with the chain hooked through it. I don't really see anything else to try to pick up from the top of it. So that's going to be the plan. I'm also going to take the 2 forks, squeezing them together, see if we can come right over the top of the trailer, start lifting, and probably pull the truck forward and back to get it to swing like we want it to. I'll get it over with. It's gonna do it. Jay saw that come out of there. Yahtzee. You know, when you already triggered the booby trap and you know it's ready to go off, but you're afraid to let go. Look what it made. Hold it, hold it. Now it's a smiley face.
Perfect.
Good, good. Just have to push it 95 feet, we're all set. Choke up on it so both blades hit at the same time. I should be able to just kind of like influence it now. So we're in the process of just putting it back together, putting all the pieces on it. And I just want to show what it has for a transmission. It's got basically 3 different speeds. It's got a lever on the outside that you lift up, kind of you put it in neutral, then you can swap belts around. So you got from the motor to a drive, and then to a jack shaft up, and then that runs a chain. So if you take the tension off, you could take this belt and swap it to this pulley and the inner pulley, and or you could swap it from this pulley to this pulley. I believe it's on the slowest speed right now. Let's see. Yes, I think so. I think this will be the intermediate, and then this would be the fastest. And it all depends on what you're cutting. Metal you want to cut really slow, wood you want to cut fairly fast. It's 2 different feed rates. At some point I'd probably like to put a variable pulley setup on this with a lever, kind of like what's on, I'll show you in a second. Something like what's on this drill press. You got basically a CVT transmission that the pulleys change heights by you cranking up or down on it. They can change the speed of the motor setup. So I'd probably like to do that sometime in the future, but we'll see. Smooth. Go for it. Keep going. We'll leave it right there for now. We'll fire it up and see how it does. Let's get some power. Put some power to it. Alright, who wants to throw the switch?
I'll throw the switch.
Cuts my arm off. Cuts my face off. Nice and slow. That's good for metal.
That's smooth.
Yeah.
What a nice machine.
Might take a little while to stop. I say we get ourselves a piece of metal. We'll leave it like that for a minute. See how it goes. Bring that guy down some. See the blade twisting a little bit. Probably go a little tighter on that blade too, but not right now. Just give her. No stalling that saw out. Probably got a little faster speed too for the thin stuff. Yeah, it's looking over there for you. You can't see nothing. There you go. That ought to do nicely. And not to be outdone, but it's, I don't know if you want to call it little, a big brother, is another machine from there that we grabbed last week, which is a 11-ton press brake, 48-inch. Has a bunch of dies. It needed a bunch of love. I spent about 15-20 hours on it trying to get it squared away. I really should have made a video of it now that I look back at it, but at the time I just wanted to get it done. And it was 90-something degrees in here, and I had the fan cranking. You didn't want to hear it. So it's mechanical. It has an adjustable belt like we kind of talked about earlier with the pulleys. You can adjust the tension on this one and it changes the gear ratio. Makes it the flywheel can spin faster or slower. This is a massive flywheel. This is a brake shoe on the outside of it. It pushes, when you hit a pedal, it pushes in on the center of it, lets this engage with the flywheel on the other side, the drive on the other side, and makes it spin. And then when you let off, the drum comes back out again. It hits the brake shoes on the outside and stops it from moving. Let's go fire it up. Shall we? It's got a forward and reverse too, so if you jam it, run it too hard, put it in neutral, let it go coast back, the motor will spin the other way, you can hit the pedal and it'll undo itself. out by hand. You see by this piece of metal, I've already given it a few bends. Let's go make another one. They come up, how cool is that? I'll give you a little view from the backside. Yeah, I know, that didn't sound right. That's her. So that's it. That's a cool machine, huh? I think it's awesome. You need a bunch of love, but I got it pretty much squared away. I still need to get a new drive belt for it, but the drum was flapping in the breeze and it was rattly and metal on metal, all kinds of sounds. Got pretty squared away. The bottom, you crank the bottom up and down. The top movement is fixed, but the bottom you adjust for how much you want to bend or the size of your dies and the distance that they have apart. So that all got fixed up and repaired. I took care of that. It is running really sweet, as you can tell by the the bends it's making. Had to work with leveling it and getting it so that it bends a fairly decent bend down the length of it. Gives you a nice 90, but a nice 90 on both sides and the middle. It's common for the centers of them to get wallowed out over time, and sometimes you can put shims in the middle of the die, but for now it seems fairly decent. Here's a bunch of the dies that came with it. The only thing is I have a bunch of top dies, not much in the bottom. And having said that, this is pretty much what I have for a fatter die. The further that these 2 points are apart, the thicker material you could bend for the most, essentially. So this is kind of what's in there now, and this is what would be ideal for thicker materials, like 1/8 inch and up would be good for this 11 gauge and thicker. This machine's only 11 tons. You're starting to push the limits already. The dies that are in it's probably good for about 14 gauge. Anything thicker than that, you're not going to get a good bend. So, and start hurting some stuff too. It has a bunch of those pieces still left over. Again, there's ones with more of a profile on them. You got to be careful how much energy you put on these, but these allow you to bend something more of a square box all the way around after you make several bends. So that's why it has that offset like that. And then there's some knife dies. So this is the bottom half of a knife die, and there, I believe, is a top matching that somewhere. Maybe not. And a knife die, what that's good for is it gives you much more of a bend. It essentially, you can fold metal to about that far, and then you put a flattening die in it, and you can crush it right down. So if you have really thin material, it makes a nice return lip, gives it nice and strong. And flattening dies are just 2 flat dies that oppose each other. And they just come down in whatever you want to flatten in between, or that's what you put in there. That was what was in there when I dragged it home. All right, guys, I think that's enough for today. I want to take a second just to thank Jen and Dave and her mom for getting together with me and hooking me up with a bunch of machinery that her dad took very great pride in and what he was into. And that it got to go on to another shop that I will be doing the same for hopefully quite a long time, and then somebody else will have it after me. But I'm glad they got in contact with me. Actually, another YouTuber was the go-between in the beginning, and thank him too. Thanks, Matt. So with that, I want to sign off. I want to thank everybody for kind of hanging out with me and going along, and I figured I'd make a video on this score anyway. And we got one more piece to go get. May or may not make a video on that. So until then, I'm signing off, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Oh, I want to show you the rack that came with the dies. Check that thing out. Like big horseshoes going around. And here's the other half of that knife die I was talking about. Now I'm done. That job deserves Klondike. Feel free to have one of these, a nice pop. What else we got? Take your pick.